You're listening to Sudbury News Talk.
I want to show you something.
Stand by. On the morning shift.
Anything
could happen.
Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift. I'm AJ Walsh. I'm glad to be here with you, and I'm glad that you're with us this morning. We're going to have a great show. It is April the 6th.
What a great day.
It is, and it's Thursday.
What a great day of the week.
April the 6th, 2023.
What a great year.
And it actually is a special day. Special person in my life's birthday today, so happy birthday. Really appreciate the relationship I have with you and the relationship that we've had on this show with all of these great people that are going to be joining us this morning. Our show is definitely growing, and the amount of people that are on the show is
it's exciting.
It is exciting. There's
but whose birthday is it?
A lot more people commenting. So it's April the 6th today. So it's a very...
Is it your birthday?
It's not. No, it's not my birthday. No, but you'll know whose birthday it is
soon.
Eventually, it'll probably just hit you at some point.
And
so right now it just hit you. So that's great.
It did.
And so with that,
my favorite human being.
Good morning, David. Stay safe for sure. A little bit easier to stay safe today than it was yesterday. Good morning, Belinda. Thanks for being with us. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Judy. Thanks for being with us as well. So how are you doing today, Nick?
I'm doing really good, but I almost fell on my butt this morning because it is icy. There's just a layer of ice on that snow, because yesterday the snow I was able to shovel. This morning,
oh, because of the ice?
Yeah, I went to go feed my chickens and I almost fell on my face a few times.
Yeah.
So be careful out there. Even the roads, I see some glare ice on the side streets. The main roads seem fine because there's been some salt. But this morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. That's my morning routine. Did my reading, did my journaling. I feel good. I did my makeup, my hair. I'm on time. This is good. This is a great day.
I know. I saw you were early and I was like, wow. And Nick's having a special day today, and it's true. So, Claire, good morning. Thanks for being with us. As you can see, Nick is in the studio. We're in our studio here today, and it's going to be a great show. We're live on CKLU 96.7 FM. We're also streaming at cklu.ca, streaming, and if you download the Radio Player Canada app, you can take us with you. Listen to us anytime, anywhere on your favorite device. Also, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks to our Facebook and YouTube moderators. We really appreciate you and the job that you do. And we're grateful for the platforms to allow a show like this to take place. It's definitely a miracle. And we're grateful for the technology that allows that, and you for making it possible for us. And so, we got a great show today.
Well, it's also a miracle, the fact that the show is even happening when you have a full-time job. I have a full-time job. Mm-hmm. You work not near the studio. So the fact that this show is even happening and didn't fall through, is a miracle.
Yeah, and we're going on our year and month anniversary in about a week.
That's amazing.
So we'll be 1 year and 1 month so far of Sudbury News. Sudbury Sports Talk, however, has been around since 2017, actually right about now. So it would be the 6th year anniversary, because we do at least still cover sports on this show. But I thought, why not just broaden it out and talk about issues, local, provincial, national, international news along with sports, and just broaden it out a bit, because I definitely am interested in all those things. And I know there's a lot of people who are. And we live in a world that's very complicated, and sometimes it's hard to unpack. And so doing it together makes it a little bit nicer. And so let's be back with some weather and some sports, sad news and sports. But anyways, we got to cover it either way. We'll be back right after this. Sudbury weather brought to you by sudburyweather.ca. It is currently 0 degrees. Feels like -6. It feels like 0 to me when I was up there. Felt kind of, I don't want to say warm, but compared to winter, it was definitely mild. But according to Environment Canada, feels like -6. So we'll have to maybe take their word for it or something. Today, cloudy, 40% chance of flurries, wind southwest 40 kilometers, gusting to 60. So it is windy, but it's kind of like a warm wind. Temperature near -1, wind chill near -10 today. Tonight, mainly cloudy, 40% chance of flurries. The wind will still be a bit gusting. The low of -9. Wind chill, -7 this evening, and -17 overnight. So it'll be a bit cooler tonight. Friday, mix of sun and cloud. The winds will be moderate, light in the afternoon. The high will be +1 tomorrow. Wind chill, -17 in the morning, as we said. And then tomorrow, the high will be +1. Saturday, sunny, high of +5. Looking forward to that. And more forward to Sunday because it's high of +10 and sunny.
That snow's going to melt. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, part of our coverage today is that there's some warnings about flooding. And so we'll look into that a little bit later, hopefully. You know what, though? We might be fine as long as it doesn't rain. But that's exactly what they're calling for on Monday. 40% chance of rain. 13 is your high. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, 14 degrees, mix of sun and cloud on Tuesday, 20 degrees, mix of sun and cloud on Wednesday. Can you believe that?
Wow.
20 degrees.
20
Celsius.
Degrees?
Yeah.
Wow.
+20, not -20.
+20 degrees?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
That's like, I know that sounds great, but that sounds scary when you own a house and...
Yeah. Less than a week from today. So hopefully we get some gradual melting from tomorrow all the way through to when it gets to be 20, because then if that was just all of a sudden now, you can imagine how we could have flooding for sure. Look at your satellite. It's kind of looking between yesterday and today, just a lot of cloud activity before we get that clearing on Saturday. That's your Sudbury weather, brought to you by sudburyweather.ca. We'll be back with some sports and much, much more right after this. The Sudbury Wolves played their final game of the playoffs last night in Sudbury. They were down 3-0 against the Peterborough Petes in the series.
They didn't use your goalie.
They did not start with Nate Krawchuk. They went with Kevin Broussard. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Broussard played extremely well, and there was nothing that he could have done, I don't think, any different than Nate Krawchuk myself. But again...
Well, not let goals in.
No. Well, what happened was halfway through the second period, the Wolves, it was tied 1-1. This was the first game in the series. The Wolves did not go ahead at all in the game.
Okay.
First game. So it was the first game the Peterborough Petes scored first. Sudbury tied it up right away. Peterborough scored again. Sudbury tied it up. And both goals coming from Landon McCallum and number 11. So he got both goals. He was playing very well last night. His second goal right in front of our eyes. He chipped away the puck from the corner himself, went around everybody and got it alone in front of the net all by himself and scored. And that was to tie it up at 2. But unfortunately, they got 2 more quick goals and we just couldn't stay out of the penalty box. Look at this. The whole game, the Peterborough Petes had 2 penalties. And guess how many Sudbury had?
Oh, no.
Just take a guess.
I'm going to say 4.
More than double that.
8, 9, 10.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of...
They had 10 penalties.
They better get grounded for that. That's unacceptable behavior.
Unfortunately, you are right. And you can tell Peterborough just had their number. Like Peterborough were doing a lot of embellishing and pretending like soccer, when they just touch them and they don't even, and they do the whole funky chicken. That's what Peterborough was doing last night. And the refs were falling for it. There were 2 reviews for penalties for the Sudbury Wolves, reviewing it to see if they could give them 5-minute penalties instead of 2.
Well, oh my gosh.
I know, because the player goes down and he's hurt. So obviously the ref goes, must have did something. So was about to call a 5-minute penalty, but thanks to video review, went to the video, and the first one never even ended up being a penalty.
Wow.
So no penalty at all. Okay. And then the next one, let's look to see if it should be a 5-minute penalty. And then it was reduced to a 2-minute penalty. So it just looks, and I've never heard Sudbury do this before in my life, but they said, ref, you suck. Ref, you suck.
I heard that last game.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then they've been doing that. I don't know. I just never heard it myself.
But if it's the same refs, that ref probably sucks.
I don't know. Just again, and there were 3 guys in front of us from Peterborough,
right?
And said, "Oh no, you guys are getting the short end of the stick here from the reffing. Like, I'm from Peterborough, I'm going for the Petes, but at the same time, I'm letting you know that I'm even noticing the refs are against the Wolves."
Wow.
So that was unfortunate. So the Wolves season comes to an end. The playoff run, unfortunately, and they could have won every single one of those games. Any one of those games they could have won. And so that's just sad. But we look forward to next year with the young team that they're going to bring a lot of them to next year, and hopefully add some other people to the team that'll make it a lot better. Now, we're there. So the Sudbury Wolves are not moving on, but the Sudbury Cubs of the NOJHL start their season tonight at Countryside Sports Arena against the Sioux. So they're going to go into a best-of-7 series. As you know, they defeated the Espanola Paper Kings to move to the second round. So we'll be keeping an eye on them and their series. So that is your Sudbury Sports, brought to you by SudburySports.com. He is Randy Pascal. He is that Sudbury Sports guy. SudburySports.com is his website. We'll be back with much, much more right after this. So we're going to try to do something today that didn't quite accomplish yesterday, but it was such a great discussion. However, after we get some of the people watching here, good morning, Mona. Thanks for being with us. Hope you're having a great morning. Denise as well. Morning to all tribes, creeds, and religions. Bless the day. Love that too. Morning, Vin. Thanks for being with us. Hope you guys are having a great morning. Denise as well. Sharing is caring, fam.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, Vin, that's the whole period shorthanded. Yeah, exactly. The 20 minutes of penalties. It's exactly right what happened to the Sudbury Wolves. Good morning, Monique. Thanks for being with us. Without taking into account the Petes getting 2 penalties. Yeah, exactly. We had a whole period of penalties and the Petes only had 2 penalties the whole game. It was definitely lopsided. But at the same time, Sudbury needed to be more disciplined and not falling into the trap. They were definitely, Petes were pushing their buttons and they were falling for it. They should have just never paid attention to it, said, we're here to play hockey, not get teased and provoked.
Or maybe just play the same game, just like when someone touches you, be like, oh, and fall.
Yeah.
But once you get angry, you almost already lost the game, because when you start playing dirty like that, the refs are just going to be so picky on you.
Yeah, I'm hoping next year, if we're able to somehow apply that discipline to the very talented, skilled players we have, then they could go far next year. Anyways, so thanks to our Sudbury Wolves, great season. Thanks for the great memories of this season, and to those that are moving on, thanks for your contribution to the Sudbury Wolves. We appreciate that. And
I did see a guy at the game. He had a wicked, awesome, like legit wolf hat. It wasn't legit wolf, but it looked like a wolf hat.
For sure. I saw that on the Jumbotron.
Yeah,
too.
not a cartoon. I want one of those.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure Amazon or whatever.
I looked.
It wasn't there.
No.
What's going to happen, though, we'll have to...
We need to sell them. We need to get Dario
Yeah.
to have them in the store. Mm-hmm. Imagine everyone walking in with a wolf hat.
Yeah. Now, it would have to be synthetic.
Well, yeah.
Wolf, not real. Because
not real wolves.
you don't want to, take out the whole wolf population just to have cool hats at the Sudbury Arena.
No.
The stories we're going to be covering. We're going to try to do this today. So I'm going to try and get through all the stories and then maybe go back to some of the ones that we'd like to unpack and talk about. And we'll see where this takes us depending on our conversation here and conversation with those that are joining us online. So let's share the screen here. First, and again, it's not in any order of importance. What happens when I see a story, I'll just share it to the news feed and just saying, hey, this will be great for the show at some point. And sometimes may not go in a particular order. Great if all the similar stories, like the local ones, were all together, and the provincial ones and the national ones. But it's discombobulated just because that's the way we're going through things, and because this is entirely volunteer. I may have a half an hour in the morning while I'm getting ready to go through things. I may have a half an hour before bed, and I may have
How dare you, Aaron?
a minute or two during the days to be up on all of the stories. But we do have the great journalists that are out there doing their jobs, and we're able to unpack the stories that they've done such a good job covering. Now, this was interesting, caught my eye. Headline from Sudbury.com: the once prestigious 24 Sussex full of rodents, carcasses.
Okay.
National Capital Commission says that a rodent infestation in the official residence of Canada's Prime Minister is so severe that the walls, attic, and basement are filled with carcasses and excrement. The National Capital Commission details in internal documents.
Okay, so instantly, just reading that makes me think, if I had a tenant and I just found this out, that would drive me insane and think, like, what are you doing in that house? How are we at this stage in this house? How does this make any sense? Like, hey, Premier, you're taking care of Canada. You're doing a really good job at that. And obviously, you're doing a really good job at taking care of your home.
Yeah, that's the point I think that I thought of. First of all, who's in charge of this house? So we'll read this. We'll get in more into the story later, and that could be our deep dive for today, making the comparison between this house and our country. And see if there's some parallels there. It'd be really interesting to do that.
Filled with carcasses.
And excrement. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to drilling down in that one. Right. Small businesses not getting what they were promised in aid to offset carbon prices.
Surprise, surprise.
Now, that headline, as a small business owner myself, and you are as well, and being involved in small business for a good part of our lives, that stands out in spades, because that's often the case with the relationship with small businesses and government. It doesn't really feel like you're being supported in small business. It feels like you're being punished. When you're the main backbone of the economy of the whole country, you would think government would be there to assist small businesses and make their lives more tolerable, rather than trying to just be there with your hand out as soon as they have a little bit of success, and you're there even asking for handouts while they're struggling to get to the point of success, and you're not helping things. That's been my experience anyway. And maybe other small businesses have had different experiences, but that's been mine. So small businesses in Canada have received less than 10% of the financial aid they were promised.
And who's going to be held accountable for this?
Well, who can be? And that was promised to help them offset the cost of the national price on carbon emissions. So this is in the news, and as you know, as you're reading in all of the major news, outlets, the carbon price has been touted. It's been sold to us as this: we're going to make money off this. The average Canadian is going to come
It's
away.
the same story, Aaron, every single time. Isn't that why marijuana is legal? Where's that money?
Yeah, I know it was going to bring in all kinds of revenue for the government.
The
right?
city amalgamating each other. We're going to save money. Where's that?
Yeah, well, how did that happen? You know, the snowfall and everything. I drove all the way. Now, this isn't the city, but a part of it is. I drove all the way from Espanola to Sudbury yesterday during the weather. Guess how many service trucks I saw on the road? That was an hour-long drive. Guess how many I saw?
2.
0.
Wow. During a storm.
Yeah, during the weather.
Where are you?
And nothing was done to the road. It wasn't sanded. It wasn't salted. It wasn't plowed. And there were some real dangerous snow accumulations on some heavily traveled highways, with 100 being the maximum speed limit. And so, and there was parts of it where, you know, where the police could be, where you can go across to the other side of the highway.
Yep.
Between the 2 lanes. Where that, you can tell some vehicles had come out, and there was a large pile of snow, and any vehicle that was trying to pass another one that was going excessive speeds might have kind of hit that and went off the road. It was that bad. And I was just thinking, where is our street maintenance and things these days?
Population is going up. People are paying more taxes. People are working more. Like, I get things get more expensive, but there should also be more money. And we have Belinda, who made a comment. Oh, no, not Denise. She says, empty promises and deep pockets. And that's what's really going on around here.
Yeah, no, the taxes that are being collected for things are just enormous. Now, Vin is saying they named the largest rodent in Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I thought of that too. You know, it's full of rodents. Exactly. Lord of the Rats, Justin Trudeau. Okay, so good morning, Nick and Aaron Beaumatin. Wow, Ottawa rodents. Prime Minister always extreme in words. COVID, the death of the mom and
Yes.
Yeah, COVID was the death of the mom and pop business, all by grand design. It seemed like that, right? It's like all small businesses had to shut down, but Walmart didn't. Amazon was fully online for you to order from, no problem. Costco was able to stay open, but small businesses had to shut down. Taxes are going across seas. Yeah, you're right, to places like Ukraine and things. So we're wondering what's going on here. Road maintenance needs to be MTO again. No more of this lowest bidder crap.
True.
Yeah, that's true. So anyways, yeah, all this to say, small businesses were promised carbon offsetting, assistance, and they weren't able to get that. They got, what is it? Less than 10% or
less than 10%?
Less than 10%. Sad. Very sad.
Very sad.
Okay. So, how can Ontario fix its health system?
Oh, I wonder.
Patients have their say. All too often, the voice of the public is left out.
Okay, what are they saying? We're going to talk about that?
Yeah, we might. I'm going to go down if there's a Marc-Serré picture here.
Remember when they built the hospital, brand new hospital, and there's not any more rooms than the old hospital that they...
Yeah, I know. And no parking either. Like they built the parking lot too small.
Stuff?
And went way over budget,
and
too.
these are like executives.
These are experts.
Experts.
And executives. And,
sure.
Yeah. That's where our money goes. So, Marc-Serré, MPP of Nickel Belt.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. Budget 2003, a win for Nickel Belt in Greater Sudbury.
Wow.
Nickel Belt MP highlights a number of items from the budget, including grocery rebates, health care, and the clean economy.
Clean economy.
Yeah. That's some of the highlights from the 2003 budget. So this is the thing. So
when I see clean economy, that worries me.
Yeah, they had ministers going across the country selling the new budget, right? So one of them visited Sudbury, and then the two MPs went with the minister around and going, hey, the budget's great. It's going to be great for the economy of Sudbury and Nickel Belt. Everything's great. It's going to be great because we're going to give you grocery rebates to offset some of the higher inflation that was caused through our policies. Possibly.
Right.
Arguably, yes, their policies are costing Canadians more as they clamp down on farmers not able to grow as much
Well, they
food.
created more laws. They can't, and they have to destroy their crops.
Shut down small businesses that created competition for others, which made only certain people able to do business. And when there's less competition, prices go up. All kinds of things created the inflation through our current administration. But they're excited that they can give us some rebates.
Where are the rebates?
I guess they're coming.
Oh, sure.
But only if you qualify.
Oh, if you qualify.
Like if you make the low, you're on the low end of
what? That really upsets me. Someone who actually like hustles, I don't get the benefits.
No, you don't get
like
rewarded.
I actually pay more taxes than the people that don't pay taxes. And then I remember one time I wanted to go to second career and like, oh no, you already went to college. I'm like, yeah, but I want to change that. So you're going to support people sometimes that keep making bad decisions. Like, no offense, but these are people that keep making bad decisions, and we're just going to support.
We're putting all of our energy into the fewest people in the population. That's what we're doing. We're focusing everything.
That's a good way of wording it.
On the least amount of our population, rather than building on our strengths. We're looking at if there's 1 out of 10 people that was struggling, we drop the 9 that assisting them to do better, and we go to the 1
actually voting. These people are also voting usually, like the 1%. Yeah,
and the 1 don't. Well, and exactly.
But then the 1% will probably be more manipulated because they're being supported.
Possibly. Now this sums it all up. You know how budgets are done, right? In governments and large corporations, organizations, they give you a budget.
Yep.
Mostly government and education institutions, healthcare. Give you a budget for your department, and guess what you need to do with that budget?
Spend it.
That's right. What if you're very good and you get everything on sale and you
save money
and you show you're a really great manager?
You lose that money.
And you give them half you still have half the budget. Look how good we did.
Yeah.
Next year you only get half.
Yeah. What a great system.
It's the
with
worst
experts.
System there is. It doesn't encourage people to
make good decisions,
the right decisions at all. It encourages you to be a big spender. Hey, our computers are 1 year old.
So it's going to cost you $5,000 a computer. Oh, that's okay because we got to
spend the budget.
Yeah.
We got to spend the budget. Now, I know there's a lot of people listening right now and watching. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that kind of thinking is backwards. And that's how we run things. And so here we're going to get grocery rebates. We're going to get, so the last time you went to the hospital, how was your health care?
Right.
I'm just putting that out there.
Oh,
to everybody.
I don't even remember last time I went to the hospital. Sick people go there.
You should go there and just witness it. So how was your experience?
Oh, it's always horrible.
Go to the Emerge and see, but the government's always saying, "Oh, it's great news for healthcare." So let's look next year and see if this promise is going to actually do something. You're going to have a great experience with your healthcare system all of a sudden.
Should we add this to our calendar?
Yeah, we need to, and look at it next year when the next budget comes out, where they're going to say the exact same thing. We're excited because now there's the new rebate for the next thing that they caused. And now healthcare too. We're really working on healthcare. Healthcare is always part of the verbiage from politicians. We're working hard to make healthcare better. But how's your healthcare? How is it working for you? That's all I'm just asking. Maybe it's great.
No.
Maybe you're loving the kind of healthcare you're getting.
How many people do I know that just keep going to doctors? They keep getting pumped with drugs and their health is just horrible. And I'm just like, they're not helping you. Nowhere does the healthcare say, maybe we should eat more fruits and vegetables and go outside. And it's all like, take this and it'll make you feel better. Take this.
No, it's true. There's so many comments coming in, guys. I cannot keep up. So I'm just going to be sharing these comments. Sorry for those on the radio. I apologize. However, we're just going to be sharing them as we kind of wrap this particular topic up, and then we're going to move on. But this is the point I wanted to make. So as we concentrate on the one out of the 10 or the 1% out of the 100, whatever ratio you want to use, it then makes the 1% 2%. Because the ones at the top can't make it anymore because they're not getting what they need. And then the 2% becomes 3%. And then the 3% becomes 4%. And then eventually the 100% is everybody. And then we're on a basic income. Everyone's on
if that's what they're trying to do, Aaron.
That everyone's on welfare. It's like crabs in the bucket kind of thing.
And then
everyone's
you have to follow the rules.
Yep.
You have no power. You have no control. You have no say because you're waiting for your pay.
Yeah, you got to get your check,
Oh, that rhymed.
So, unfortunately, it's hard not to think that way because that's the mentality of the way things are governed, at least from what I'm able to see, that everyone becomes poor. So everyone can qualify for the grocery rebate that we're going to get. Because inflation is way too high, but if you would have just kept inflation down.
And it's like inflation. It's kind of, I have a daughter, and it's like me spending all my money on something else and then complaining I have no money for my kid.
Yeah.
So I'm spending all my money on these other, orphans, like tons of orphans. And that's great. Yeah. That's great, Nick, that you're doing this. But my daughter's now starving. Like, does that make any sense?
Nope.
So that's what we're doing as a country.
Yep.
We're sending out millions and millions and millions of dollars to other countries, and we're not taking care of our own.
Exactly. Now, I think pretty much every comment that I was able to kind of skim through as we're going through it are pretty much not happy with our healthcare system the way that it is today. And it's unfortunate that with the kind of taxes we pay, we're one of the highest taxed people in the world. And you would think, well, we should be living in paradise with all these services. But what happens when big government says, we'll take care of you, give us all your money, and we'll take care of you? This is what you get, is what we have now.
Exactly.
Now, I'm just saying, if you're happy with the way everything is, and now, okay, well, that's good. Then you're happy with giving all your money away and the services you're getting in return
are mediocre.
Yeah, well,
or less than.
Yeah, but if you're happy, if you think they're better than, you can imagine.
Where are they
doing
people?
them yourself. I don't know.
Are there such?
There might be. I've heard people before say, "Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
The government is God. Like they do everything right. Anyone who's in government only has the best intentions for people." I've heard people say that to me, and I was just like, "Wow, you think that? That's great. That's great that you, how you came to that conclusion. I'm not sure, but that's awesome."
I am dealing with insurance right now because I had a problem with my van, and I'm dealing with insurance, and I'm having a wicked experience.
Okay. Like a good one?
A wickedly awesome experience.
Wicked in a good way.
Yes. Yeah. They're doing all the good things. They're letting me know what, except I was supposed to get a tow truck to come and get my van. They haven't come yet, but I don't really want them to come pick it up. But what I'm saying is this is a private company. It's not managed by the government. And I'm sure if it would have been managed by the government, it would have been a really horrible company. I'd call a phone number and be like, press 1 for da-da-da-da. Yeah. Press, there's just no service.
Our operators are busy.
Yes.
We really care about you.
You're on the phone for, like when you call Revenue Canada, how long are you on the phone for?
Do you even get through?
Yeah. You have to call a bunch of times. And then you get penalized when you don't do what you need to do on time. But where's their penalty?
What I love from government services is you're trying to do everything online, and you do everything online, and you're good with it. Like you're really savvy. You can kind of do everything on your phone. And so if there's a problem with you doing it online, there's a problem. And now you got a call. And the first thing you hear on the automated message,
you can do this online.
Did you know? You could easily go online and we have all the information. And you're like, why do you think I'm calling you? Anyways, we could go on for hours on that kind of stuff. The Bridge of Nations, everyone. We got to do the zipper.
Okay, people don't understand about the zipper. Guys, you need to learn the zipper.
Yeah.
Don't go and hog the line. Literally, one after the other. One, boom, boom, boom. It's easy. Peasy lemon squeezy, guys.
Yeah, zipper, and you can see the sign there in the lower third of your screen. You know that sign that when there's a merge that comes in, it's the same idea. So one car merges in, one car goes straight. One car merges in, the other one goes straight. So you allow, instead,
sharing is caring.
Sudbury used to do this, and I think we still do when there's construction. A lot of people think, I don't want to be that guy that races to the front. And so I'm going to get in line now and show that I'm doing the right thing. But then the people are coming beside you racing to the front and you're like, thinking all these things in your mind.
You're angry.
Of things you want to do to this particular person. But then you're like, well, wait a minute.
You're not helping by helping.
And then someone will move into the other lane to block anyone who's coming. The zipper just solves all that. So if you just go in whatever lane you're in, and if you're in the lane that's currently open, you allow one person in front of you, not two or three, one person, and then the next person goes, and then another person comes in. And that's the way the zipper works, just in case
someone needed a reminder.
We're unclear on that. It'll just help traffic move that much faster. You know?
But there's a philosophy of life there. Sometimes you think you're doing the best thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Going in the lineup, but you're not.
You're doing the right thing by going in the lineup right away and whatever. And sure, if everyone was going to do that, it would work the same way, right? Because the line would just go.
Yeah.
Because if everyone, but people are late for work or whatever, and they're like, hey, I know someone's going to let me in, so I'm going to race by everybody, and then
it would never work if everyone was on that main lane, because people are coming from the back and they're like, why is this line up here? I don't understand. Yeah. Oh, there's construction.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then people are like, how come that person? Well, yeah, but I didn't know that there was construction, and now there's upset
people. And then people like me who do know there's construction, but you're like, okay, I'm late. I got to get to where I'm going.
I got to go.
I'll look like I didn't know. Like, what?
Oh.
Okay. So the Bridge of Nations, if you can avoid it though, avoid it. Get another particular way around that bridge, definitely during rush hour times, because you don't want to be stuck on the bridge. And I'm seeing a Nick because our time is lagging there when you were doing the animation there. It's kind of interesting. Very animated today. Did we miss anything here? Okay, let's keep going. Sudbury Cubs. So the mayoral candidates spent at least $220,000 on the 2022 campaign signs.
Oh my gosh.
So what we learned from this last election was the modest campaign spending did not result in wins during last year's civic election in Greater Sudbury, with the 9 of the 12 wards finding their top spenders winning.
Wow.
So 9 of the 12.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah, who spent the most money got in.
Wow.
Right? So that means if you have more money,
you have more influence.
You have a better chance, at least if you're just looking at this one election, which I do think it's a microcosm of larger things. That means you have a better chance, like you said, of getting in. So that's that. And I love the picture they showed of our Rainbow Hospital, our former hospital there, which I think is a story in and of itself. What's happening with that building? Do people like it being there? What should we do with it now that it's
Evelyn Jutuzak spent more than Paul Lefebvre.
Wow. Well, Paul Lefebvre actually could have spent $0 and he would have got in.
I think so too.
Zero. I wish
part of the boys club.
We'd go back in time and say, watch this. Let's just spend nothing. And I bet you get in. Because his name alone, people...
Paul Lefebvre.
Oh, and people know who he was, right? He was an MP. So he already had that name recognition and pretty much out of all the other candidates. So a lot of people will say he's experienced. So
right.
he already was a politician, has that.
That means so much these days.
He owns local media and media around, radio stations.
He owns a radio station?
Several French-speaking Le Loop.
Le Loup?
Le Loup.
He owns Le Loup?
Oui.
Wow.
Correctement. Oui.
Oui, correct.
Can't say correctement. That's not a true French saying, because I just say that just out of whatever.
I feel like when you read it, the MENT is just silent most of the time.
Or is it just something that's
like correct? Non, c'est correctement. Des fois, je sais pas.
Oui, oui, oui.
Ouais.
This show is bilingual, by the way. It is today, anyways. My terrible bilingualness. Ridiculous old hospital, waste of money. Okay, there you go. Who were the big donors? Scary. Who were these big donors? So Evelyn Dutrazak was the top one, right?
Yeah.
She spent the most money, but she came in late too. Like she came in, she said she wasn't going to run, I believe, if I remember correctly. Not going to run. And then last minute said, okay, I'm going to run. And then ended up spending the most money. So it almost...
$86,000.
Yeah. And she's the one proposing this 3-year or whatever budget thing. Instead of making a budget every year, let's make a long-term budget for the city instead of a yearly budget. So it might save time and whatever. But I think there's problems in there too, because things
world
change.
changed.
That's right. Things change. So you got this, but you got to look at it anyways. I don't mind the idea of a draft budget.
Yeah, a draft budget, like goals.
Yeah.
Our goal in 3 years is this.
Exactly.
So this year, this is our budget to attain that goal down the road based on the circumstances of the world right now. Or of the city.
We have a good morning coming in from Florida here, and I think
Cool.
I just need to mention that because I wish I was where you are.
Yeah.
Very much so. Good morning from Florida. Sarah is coming in here. Wow. Thank you very much, Sarah. I hope you're having a great morning. Temperatures and weather up here is probably not as nice as down there at the moment. We're just coming into our spring, and we're going to have our first warm day in about a week from now. So we're ready for that. So question him about 15-minute cities at the town hall meeting, and he said he knew nothing about it. That's from Belinda.
Wow.
And that's to Paul Lefebvre, I believe. Yeah, correct. Our mayor. And
How does he not know? That just tells me you know and that you're part of it. And if you don't know, I don't know.
It's 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which we don't know what it is in Celsius.
Yes, you can look it up.
Okay.
So Celsius to Fahrenheit calculator, and you put in 95 degrees. I would say that is going to be about 21 degrees Celsius.
35.
What? 35 Celsius?
It's 35 Celsius.
That's almost unbelievable.
That's like the hottest time of our summer.
In April, it's that hot. I know I was down there.
That's odd. Is there like a tornado coming?
I don't know. I was down there in July one time, and I tell you, it was like you don't want to go outside. It was like a sauna.
Yeah, a sauna.
A sauna. It was really, really hot. Like
I remember.
It was.
Time.
You were there in the summer too.
In July, we went to Disney. I thought we were gonna die.
Who goes to Florida?
I was like,
in
why
July?
is anyone here? I was there because I earned a free Disney trip through Sensi. I'm a Sensi consultant. If ever anybody needs some Sensi consultant, hook me up. I'll hook you up.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely do that. Yeah, no, you remember coming out of the air conditioned, air conditioned places, and it's like a wall of heat smashes you in the face.
It's true.
It's so hot. Anyways, but it's like 35 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's what
okay.
it says.
So Vin says friend in Palm Springs says it's been 30 to 50 all week.
Whoa,
is that Fahrenheit though? So that's cold.
That's really cold.
Yeah,
30. That's -1.
Whoa, in Palm Springs.
In Palm Springs, that must be an error.
I don't know. That's
oh, Sarah. I know Sarah.
Oh, there you go. She's in Florida.
Wow, Sarah. Nice. Good for you, girl.
Maybe she can she got a room for you down there and just come visit.
She lives here.
Oh, she's on vacation.
She's on vacation.
Okay. Pick the right time to go too.
Yep.
This is the best time. Okay, so new committee to make sure Greater Sudbury's open for business. And then they promised them a carbon tax rebate and they don't get it.
Right.
If we cannot look at ourselves in the mirror and determine what we're doing good and when, as I wait for the story to load.
Vin says that was not an error, so it's really cold.
Oh, that's...
How far is Palm Springs from Florida?
California, I believe. Palm Springs,
Wow.
California. So yeah, California, not getting warm. I heard, Arizona's been cold too. So that's interesting. So if we cannot look at ourselves in the mirror and determine what we're doing good and where we can improve, then we will never move forward. Oh, it's funny. Move forward. This is the thing.
Ooh, is this the new words that they're using?
Yeah. You hear politicians these days and you try and question them and right away they go, let me be clear. Or they go, look, let me be clear. And that gives them time to think of what they're going to say.
Right.
While they say that. And I thought would be funny is, in hockey, they're always like, they say the same cliche things all the time. You got to get pucks to the net. We got to play our game. All these things. Well, politicians are the same. They have all these sayings that they can say and say nothing while they're saying it. And moving forward is my own pet peeve as politicians use that word too much. And at the end of the day, too.
At the end of the day.
Look. Let me be clear. At the end of the day, we all got to move forward. It's like
that's good.
You
should become a politician.
You just said absolutely nothing just there, but it sounds good,
right?
So,
and then all the people watching are like hypnotized and like, okay, look. At the end of the day,
let me be absolutely clear about this right now.
We need to move forward.
Look, let me be clear, okay? I just want to be clear right now. See how long I can take to say stuff like that? All right. So, look, as Canadians, at the end of the day. We got to be moving forward. We can't be moving backward. It's like, what the freak are you saying right now? Say something of what you're going to do precisely, concisely. It's crazy. Anyways,
it is crazy.
It's not in Canada alone. It's everywhere.
It's true.
So that was no error on the thing here. My niece sitting on a lawn chair getting a sunburn on her birthday. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. So it's 0 to 15-ish centigrade. In Las Vegas, it's hot weather. Okay, that's from Diane. Good morning, Denise. Thanks for being with us. A lot of Denises. Is it just me, or there's several Denises on here? It's going to be hard to keep track.
Yeah.
Our mayor played stupid. Then he admitted we are
pushing back.
So first he played stupid. Then he admitted where
he accepted.
We are pushing back, educating and taking signatures at the municipal level. Oh, I believe that's about the 15-minute cities that he never admitted it, but then later he admitted it, I guess. So, yes, let's be clear. Exactly. It beats Trudeau's Humankind. Oh, People Kind. Remember that? People Kind?
No.
You don't remember him saying, a girl in the audience was saying, well, if we do this and that, humankind won't exist. He goes, look, we don't say that. Or she said mankind. So if mankind has to do this, something about climate change.
Oh my
goes,
gosh.
No. We don't say mankind anymore. It's people kind. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? So that goes, and then you got all these new phrases out there like the birthing person.
Yeah, no, we're not even going to go there.
You're a birthing person.
No, I'm a woman.
We don't even know what that is anymore. At least
what is a woman?
There's a Supreme Court judge in the United States who can't define that anymore.
That's the world we live in today, folks.
Crazy, crazy world.
Yeah, we need someone to
Jason.
save us.
People kind for the mental kind.
Yeah.
Just crazy. It's crazy.
We're
That's all there
just
is
enabling a lot of mental health. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people just need a lot of help and love.
Yeah.
And we're just saying like, oh, it's okay that you want to do this and that and act this way. That's okay. Just be whoever you want to be.
And there's nothing wrong with that to some degree.
I know, but like if I want to be a woman, I can't be a woman.
No, you're not allowed to be the things.
You're not allowed to be a white male.
Traditionally,
you're
found,
a racist.
Exactly, but that's what I don't like about this whole equity, diversity, and inclusion thing. It's not equitable to everybody, and it's not diversity to everybody,
and it's not inclusion.
And it's not inclusion to everybody. But yet, it's saying that it's a very hypocritical thing. So if you are, I think our society already was that.
Yeah.
It already was that. The fact that the United States has had a black president, how many years ago, how does that happen? That took many, many years to get there, and it didn't include an EDI specialist in a government or anywhere. That was just people wanting everyone to be equal. Now the pendulum is swinging to the point where it's almost like a hatred towards whoever was, the skin color or the gender of whoever before was mainly in power. But that had already shifted and changed, and there is already a movement to change. Now it's like you want to punish them. You want to punish them now for their crimes or their grandfathers or
great-grandfathers.
Yeah. It's like, no, we already reached the point where people have a great opportunities in life. Yeah, exactly. Like now it's become a political thing. It's not cool. And guess who's on the bad end of that too? So obviously it's not cool to me.
No.
We need to help our people for sure. Yes, thanks.
Studies have shown the more you talk about racism, the more racism you'll see.
Yeah.
It's like mental health. It's even like suicide. I remember when I was doing suicide prevention, I was wondering, why aren't we talking about suicide? And they're like, well, studies have shown when you talk about suicide, more people will commit suicide.
And the problem is it makes victims out of people who are not victims.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you're a black, whatever, and you
must.
Don't tell me I don't have just as much abilities and opportunities. I'll make my own opportunities. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Spoken from many a black person that I speak to and friends that I know. Don't tell me I'm a victim and that, I need to be coddled and given, oh, you're at the back of the line. Well, that's because I showed up a little bit late. I'll wait for my turn to get to the thing. No, you need to go to the front of the line. Don't treat me like that. Just let me be part of everyone else and let me do my thing.
Yep.
That's all these organizations and whatever, making victims out of people and then giving them, saying they need special whatever treatments and whatever.
Right.
And is there racism? There will always be racism, everyone. You will not eradicate racism. And I'll guarantee you that anyone that you're trying to put up on a pedestal and say you're a victim, they're also racist because everyone has a little bit of bias inside of them and you can't eradicate that. So everyone's got a little bit. The best you can do is just talk about it and just be
having these conversations.
Inclusive yourself.
When everything was going on, I come from a predominantly white community. I moved to Ottawa. I saw lots of cultures and I was culture shocked. Mm-hmm. And you could almost say that I was racist in a sense because I didn't understand. The more that I understood, the more I learned, the more I grew. I was just like, oh, okay. I was just uncomfortable and arrogant, but I don't really like the word arrogant because there was no opportunity for me to learn. I was from a small town in Hanmer and people would always make jokes. And
maybe ignorant. Like
ignorant is such a negative.
No, but there was ignorance meaning lack of knowledge.
Right.
Basically. But not ignorant, like your attitude.
Right. I feel like we need to find a better word than ignorant.
I know. Just, but you know what I mean. Just lack of
And today
experience.
I can see that everyone has some type of bias, and some type, and it doesn't come from a bad place. It comes from a place of not knowing. Yeah,
that's all it is.
And
but
there are people that it does come from a bad place. There was the Ku Klux Klan and stuff. So
no, for sure. That's what I mean. These things you can't deny what happened, but let's look at them in reality
right now.
You got to look at reality, right?
And generally speaking. Like if we're looking at the whole population.
And let's look at the whole picture here. Like when are they going to make a movie about the tribes in Africa who sold out their own people to the slave owners and made money off of it?
Right.
Well, I don't think that's going to be the latest blockbuster that's coming out soon because that narrative doesn't sound very good.
Exactly.
Or the Jewish people that sold out their own people in Nazi Germany and things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that happened. It's real. Like why can't you just say it? It's just, if it really happened, let's have that conversation.
Well, if you're saying it, Aaron, it's because you're racist.
No,
obviously not. But it's just facts aren't facts anymore. When you just speak the facts, people just have this other opinion about you.
I know.
I'm just describing a story that happened.
Yeah. And there's just so many organizations out there right now that are just pitted to just tear apart the very foundation of our society. But they don't have a solution of what it's going to look like afterwards. They don't say, we want to tear everything down, burn everything down, and this is what it will look like after. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense if they do try and fill in the blanks at all. We have some new comments here from new people that don't comment all that much, but I'm sharing them on the screen just because there's so many of them. I just want to make sure, comments are delayed coming in again.
Well, on Facebook, they're always delayed.
Are they? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Lynn says media is a huge problem. They are fueling the fire and supporting the 1% over the rest of us.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with that.
And I think you should support everybody. There should be supports. Okay, you're like this, so this is what you need to be supported. Okay, you're in this situation. Okay, this is a support for you. We can't support everybody. Is that real? But that's the whole idea of equity, diversity, and inclusion. No? Or not. I don't know. Let's get the definition of what that is, and let's see if it actually is inclusive to everybody.
Yeah. Randy says government has been calling white people racist for as long as I can remember.
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah, I don't feel that that's been going on at all.
Well, maybe it's been going on, but it hasn't been as pushed as it is now. Now it's definitely like at the top of the list for sure. So Vin is sharing a link here for everyone. I can't open it on my computer here, but you might be able to.
No, it didn't even pop up on my phone.
Oh, interesting. Well, it's in the comments here from Facebook. So
I'm there.
Yeah, and it's not here either, but it came
Weird.
up here. So that's odd. So maybe they're delayed on Facebook and I'm getting them quicker for some strange reason. Now, remember we talked about this melting that's going on in Sudbury. We got dumped on so much. If you're not from Sudbury and you're watching from somewhere else in the world, we had so many late in the season snowstorms. It's incredible. So anyways, now we're getting into the warm weather and we could have all kinds of melting. Rapid melt could lead to water levels to spike in Sudbury. Conservation Sudbury has issued a water safety statement. The agency says a series of weather statements are expected to bring a mix of snow and rain in the next 48 hours, which I don't think that's true. I think we just read the weather and there's no precipitation.
No, but it might come. And I just ordered these on Amazon. They're like these absorbent. So,
do you want to put that on full screen for everyone?
It's probably a little blurry, but I remember having these in my basement when I had a leak, and they like saved me big time. They absorb so much water. So
Are they noodle? They look like pool noodles for kids?
Yeah.
The gray
with
ones?
absorbents.
Oh, ever cool. That's a neat idea, actually.
Yeah. So maybe just get some stuff, guys. It's $80 for a 12-pack.
And what is it called again for people?
Evolution Sorbent Products.
Evolution Sorbent Products. You heard it here first.
Or absorbent socks.
Oh, absorbent socks.
You could search for absorbent socks. So
if you're having a leaky basement or whatever, or you got whatever problems, that definitely will help. Also, if you got a sandbag, I heard this tip from a really good source. So we're out of time. We got half a minute. But if you have to sandbag and there's when you got sandbags and there's an emergency flood coming, don't fill the bags right to the top. You got to leave room so that they're flexible and they mold into each other when you put them on top. That will stop the water. If you fill the bags too much, they're rigid and it's going to make for crevices in between the sandbags. Anyways, you never know. That might come in handy to someone at some point, at some time, for some reason. Okay, so Vin, I hope it's the right link.
Denise says, support this free media. Yes. Share, guys.
Yeah.
Keep sharing.
Appreciate you. We had lots of people on today, almost 30 today. So
yeah, that's awesome. While we're live.
I don't remember the time we've reached the 30 mark of live at one time, but we got definitely close. I saw it like 27, 28 a few times. I was hoping we'd get over the 30 mark today, but it is what it is. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow, and thank you for your comments today. Thank you, Nick, for being in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, everyone, for being with us. Great conversation. I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow for Good Friday. We might not. I'm going to decide that over the day. I'll put a message on.
Good Friday is a good day, though, to spend with your family and take the day off.
Kind of thing, right? So we'll decide that as the day moves on. So thanks, everyone. Stay tuned now for your Shot Daily on CKLU 96.7 FM. Ciao.
This is Sudbury News Talk on the morning shift.